AARU's on here, and let's consider today as day one of web development. My goal today is to help you understand which pathway you would want, or let me say, all possible pathways in website development or software development, and the pathway that I'm going to be focusing on throughout the whole of this series. Welcome. To start with immediately, we have what we call the front-end developers. So the front-end developers are practically, or you know what, let me not start with the front-end. Let us start with the UI UX. So the UI UX, which is what they call it, an acronym for user interface and user experience designers, are actually those designers that draw out the whole framework and what the architectural layout of what the website or web app is going to look like. Picture it like this: they are the architects for the main project. It's as simple as that. Once you've gotten that concept, then we are okay. They are actually the architects of the main project. Those are the UI UX guys. They go as far as building the skeletal system. Then they go as far as designing it into themes, color, and all of that really gives life. Then from there, you have the next set of people that handle the project. And the next set of people that will handle the project are the front-end developers. Now, the front-end developers are the ones that take the architectural plan or design from the UI UX designers and now design it into a web page or series of web pages that builds that in turn makes up a website. So that is apparently what the front-end developers focus on. Now, the front-end developers use tools such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Vue.js. We have Angular. We also have Bootstrap. So they use all these tools or softwares which are actually or will require programming skill to design this layout, for the website proper. So that is one branch of developers, or another branch of developers, as the case may be. We also have the back-end developers. Now, the back-end developers are the ones that handle the logic or database interactions and APIs and all the what happens behind the scene of a website is practically done by the back-end of designers or developers, as the case may be. My bad. So they're actually developers at that point. And I want to picture them as the people involved in the plumbing, the electrical layout, what they call them again, the plumbing and the electrical layout. Let me leave it at that, because the front end, we can liken them to be the ones that do the whole bricklaying and all that stuff that give the aesthetics of the building, but the real functionality of the building are actually done by the back end when I'm likening it to a physical project now. And the tools that the back-end developers or softwares that they really focus on you have Node.js, you have Python, either Django, Flask, and others as the case may be. You have PHP, we have Ruby, we have Java, we have Go, we have SQL, and NoSQL. So these are the tools that they use also. It involves programming, as the case may be also. And these are the tools they use in achieving or getting their job done. Now, if you go further to the next level or the next types of developers, we have what we call the full stack developers. Full stack developers are actually a combination of both the front end and the back end developer. So that is one person as a function. And they use all the tools from both back end and front end. Most of the time, they specialize in either 2 or 3 of those tools, or even one, and just master it, and they combine the 2 of them, and they can single-handedly handle a this website project or a web app project single by themselves, and they are all good. The next category of developers are the CMS developers, which I am actually. And CMS there stands for Content Management System. They build websites. Now, this is not me being sentimental, but this is apparently the reality of a CMS developer. A CMS developer handles both the front end and imperatively the back end also. When we tune into the cPanel aspect, we now start manipulating the back end also and really doing a lot of things there. But on a neutral ground, a CMS developer will build a website without any or little knowledge of programming. Then as you go further, if you want to become a little more skilled, you can add programming techniques into your skill set, and you can now become a master designer and developer, as the case may be. Some of the CMS tools, we have a lot of CMS tools available currently now. Some of them, or one of the most popular, is the WordPress. We have the WordPress, we have Joomla, we have Drupal, we have Shopify, we have Wix, we have Webflow, we also have Ghosts, we have Squidex. There are quite a lot of them. And the most popular is WordPress, so you see a lot of CMS developers focusing on WordPress, but you see have CMS developers that know quite a number of CMS tools that they use also to get the job done. And like I said, they are just liking to full stack also because they can do it. However, there are templates they use, which you see all those tools that I listed for you provides that they use in getting their websites designed or developed. And another set of developers we have, I'll just run through this. We have the DevOps, which is or DevOps or deployment engineers. Apparently, they ensure the codes are deployed reliably and the software or the app can scale efficiently, can grow efficiently. Let me leave it in that context. They usually play around Git, Docker, Kubernetes, and Azure, and the rest of them like that. We have the web security developers also. They focus on securing websites and web apps from cyber threat and all of the security aspects of the website or web applications. And apparently, I'll just leave it at that. We also have web performance engineers whose job are to optimize a website to speed, responsiveness, SEO optimizations, which I hope I didn't just hit myself like that, but SEO, performance, and all of that. They will use tools like Lighthouse, lazy loading, and some other tools that we have out there. With that, I think I'll just come to a rest here. But just to recap the whole thing, my categories for web developers are the UI UX designers. We cannot take them out of the game. The front-end developers who are apparently responsible for designing the website that you are always looking at. The back-end developers who are in charge of what happens behind the scene of your website or web application, maybe the full-stack developer who can manipulate both front-end and back-end to get a website developed or a web app developed. The CMS, which handles both front-end, back-end, and other things also when you go into depth. We have the DevOps. We have the security developer, which, like I said, they are in charge of making sure a website is really secured, and a web performance developer. Now, with all what I've said, and I told you this is where I personally master in, which is CMS development, there are still additional skill sets from different places that I still employ to give more life to my website or web applications. And like I said, I have a little knowledge in programming, website security, and the like. So this is just it at this point, and I want to leave it here. The next class apparently is going further into CMS development or CMS website development. And yeah, that is class one. So at this point, you can choose where you want to master in or where you want to step into, and from there you can decide your pathway. But apparently, I'm a CMS web developer, and that is my path, and I'll be teaching it from henceforth. Yeah, so turn on your notifications. If you like the content, give a like, subscribe also, and share to all your platforms. It's been a